Top 3 grants that you need for your small business. Let's get started. Hey everyone, I'm Rinde from AskRinde, and welcome to the #1 community for real estate income, grants, and credit. So if you'd like to know what the top 3 types of grants are that you need for your small business, make sure you watch the video to the end and leave a comment below if you need help with anything. So whether you're starting a business, have a new business, or an existing business, having grants come into your business as an income stream is extremely important. But not all grants are created equal. So in business, there's different seasons. It's the start phase where you are actually a startup. And then there's the journey that starts where you're actually been in business for 2, 3, 4, 5 years and beyond. And during that time, many changes can happen. There can be turns in your business where you actually need capital, you need grants, you need money into the business to keep it going. And then there are other times where you can actually have a lot of money coming in where you need to store money away for the rainy seasons, for the days and the times where things are going to be bad. Having grants as a strategy for your business is extremely important. As I've said here many times on my channel, it's important not to look at grants as a handout for down and out businesses. Many successful businesses and successful entrepreneurs and entities and corporations utilize grants consistently. Developers actually use grants to be able to develop. And also, major corporations utilize grants in the form of not only tax credits, but grants directly from cities and states in order to basically come in, create jobs, and grow their businesses. So grants is actually a way of life in America if you know what you're doing in business. So you want to make sure that you are aware of the type of grants to be able to apply for and apply to your business based on the season that you're in business. So there are 3 types of grants that you need for your small business. Number 1, startup grants. So startup grants are grants for new businesses, businesses that are actually just starting, that don't have any seasoning, they don't have any history. So oftentimes these businesses can't go out and get a bank loan because they don't have any history. And grants are key because they do not require any monies to be paid back. So just like everything else, not all grants are created equal. Startup grants are exclusively and ideal for new businesses. They're also good for businesses that have been dormant. So in my experience with many students all around the country, I've seen many businesses that have been dormant. They've been actually in existence for years, but they never actually took off. They never launched out. Those are really considered startup grants because you're really just starting. Yes, you incorporated maybe 3 to 4 years ago, but you've never really done anything with the business. You never really generated revenue. You don't have any sales to report. So you are actually considered a startup grant, and you can actually apply for startup grants. This is actually key to understand because in the phase that you're actually in, which is the genesis, the beginning of your business, you want to be focusing on those type of grants. Those are the grants that if you're a new business or a dormant business, you want to make sure that you're focusing specifically on startup grants because those grants are geared for you. They're actually created specifically for your type of business. And that's why it's important to actually understand the different types of grants for small business so that you can know that based on the season that you're in, you're going to be applying for the actual grant that will match your season. So startup grants are actually going to be key for you to actually not only find in your area, but to be positioned for to be able to find all across the country. So those are actually good for you because they can actually give you a good infusion and give you staying power. Getting $10, $20, $30, $40,000 infused into your business in the form of a startup grant can make a difference. It can actually keep you in business until you actually take off with your customer base, get your marketing down packed, understand how to actually maneuver your products and your services in order to scale forward. So that's the first grant that you need for your small business, and a very key one, and those are startup grants. Number 2, rolling grants. So rolling grants are huge because rolling grants can actually mean the difference between you actually staying in business for just a few years and actually staying in business for decades. So a rolling grant is a grant that actually renews annually. It rolls over. That's why it's called rolling grants. And these grants are actually consistently given. So just imagine getting this money on an annual basis. It actually makes a big difference to your bottom line, to your filing status. Whatever you're actually bringing in revenues on an annual basis, you can count on that rolling grant because oftentimes rolling grants are given in multi-year fashion. So sometimes they're actually queued up to where they will actually roll over and you just recertify, renew the following year. However, there are rolling grants that actually cover in the span of 5 to 10 years in times. So it's important to understand that rolling grants can be really, really important for your business, and making sure that you can position yourself to apply for rolling grants can change the entire dynamic of your business and also your future. Number 3, unrestricted grants. So unrestricted grants are extremely important for small businesses, and that's simply because many grants are landlocked. Many grants are actually restricted by area, as we know. So as you've seen, we shared many grants, dozens and hundreds and thousands of grants here on my channel, and I actually want to make sure that you understand the difference between having grants that are actually restricting you in your area to unrestricted grants. Unrestricted grants basically are grants that are open to anyone. Anyone can apply for them from anywhere, and that's really important because oftentimes you might find opportunities lacking in your area, and reaching for an unrestricted grant and actually going for something like that can really mean that you're actually not only consistently applying for and reaching grants, but you're also positioning yourself to get consistent revenue coming into your business regardless of your location. So if you're in a rural area, for example, with low population and not much happening with the city and the state, and no corporations giving out jobs and also grants in your local area, an unrestricted grant allows you the ability to be able to be where you are and reach for and apply for that grant if your business is in the right position. And unrestricted grants range from mid-size to large grants. So these grants actually allow opportunity probably more than any other grant, because they actually give anyone the ability to be able to position themselves and apply for and receive this grant, this money. The other side of unrestricted grants is the use. So oftentimes with grants, depending on the source, there's a tie-in. There's an actual restriction of use on what the monies can be used for. As you've seen many times when I actually mention certain grants, they actually have a segmented use that they require for the grant. Well, unrestricted grants actually have no restrictions. They're actually completely open. They allow you the ability to be able to use the money for what you need. You can use them for transportation grants. You can use them for real estate. You can use them for many other things that you need to be able to do and position yourself for, to be able to move your business forward, move your family forward. You can actually use them for investments. They're not restricted. So this is why these grants are so coveted, and they're very key in order to springboard you forward. Remember, we're not stopping sales. We're not stopping what we're doing in business. We're utilizing and using grants as an income stream into our business on top of everything else that we're doing with our sales, with our marketing, and we just have that added benefit with that money coming in, because that money does not have to be paid back. So these are actually key grants that you can actually utilize and employ. These top 3 grants are grants that you can actually use for your business. So if you'd like to learn more about the types of grants that you can actually employ in your business and actually utilize them to be strategic during the seasons of your business in order to grow your business, to stay out of drought, to actually avoid stopping and closing your business, and actually consistently get money coming in on a monthly basis, on a quarterly basis to your business, make sure you join us for our Grants Masterclass by going to my website at AskRinde.com, clicking on Grants and getting started today. We include in our Grants Masterclass our Startup Grants Guide, which is a game changer. It's a 48-page guide that actually shows you from point A to point Z what to do as a startup, of how to get started in applying for grants. In addition to that, in the masterclass, we go over all the different types of grants, so you can actually have a good understanding of the fact that grants can actually be utilized strategically, and you need to be in a position to go after them strategically, and helping you get started on a journey to consistently getting grants and free money into your business. So if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. You can also email me. My email address is AskRindeNetwork@gmail.com. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Until next time, thank you so much for watching.